Hey, before we dive in, hit that subscribe button if you love stories that make your heart race. The text came at 6:47 p.m. A simple message, but it hit like ice. Dinner tonight. Just us. 8 p.m. The usual place. It was from her, my wife. The phrasing was so casual, so familiar, yet something about it twisted my stomach. My thumb hovered over the keyboard. I wanted to ask who us meant, but deep down, I already fear the answer. I remember staring at the phone, the soft hum of the refrigerator in the kitchen, the city lights painting thin streaks across our living room floor. Her laughter, once my favorite soundtrack, now echoed in my mind like a warning. I left the house early. My mind was a mess of disbelief and anger, but also planning. Not revenge exactly, but I needed to see it for myself. I made a reservation at the restaurant. A quiet table, far enough to watch without being noticed. Then I quietly booked the next table over. By 8:05, I was there, my hands sweating against the leather of my jacket. The restaurant smelled of garlic and candle wax. Soft jazz floated in the air. And then I saw her, the woman I'd loved for over a decade, sitting across a man I didn't know, smiling like she'd never known me. He reached across the table, brushing her hand. Her laugh was soft, intimate. My chest tightened. Memories of our early nights together, late dinners, stolen kisses, whispered dreams, clashed violently with the scene before me. I pulled out my phone, fingers trembling, thinking of the messages she'd sent over the past week. Innocent, flirty texts, or so I had thought. Little emojis, quick replies, subtle warmth that now burned like a lie. I sat down just one table away. Not yet revealed. Not yet. Watching them. The tension was unbearable. A waiter passed by with a tray of wine, the clinking glasses punctuating the quiet chaos in my mind. And then she looked up, not at me, at him, and smiled. My question hung there, unspoken, slicing through the quiet. How long has it been going on? I watched her laugh. The curve of her smile so familiar it made my chest ache. But this smile, it wasn't for me. It was for him. And suddenly, every little thing over the past months made sense. The late nights at work, the sudden phone locks, the way she avoided eye contact when I mentioned weekends together. He reached across again, his hand brushing hers in a gesture that used to be mine. And then he leaned in, whispering something that made her giggle, soft and intimate. The sound hit me like a bullet. I tried to steady my breathing, but my hands wouldn't stop shaking. My mind raced back to the last week. The text messages she'd sent me, so innocent on the surface. Busy tonight. Love you, red heart. They were carefully crafted lies. I had trusted them. I had trusted her. I pulled out my phone, pretending to check messages. But really, I was recording, not to humiliate, not yet, just proof. Just in case my memory, clouded with disbelief, tried to deny what my eyes were seeing. They ordered wine, then dinner. I noticed the small things. The way she touched his arm lightly, how he mirrored her movements, how they shared a look that said everything without words. Every gesture, every glance, screamed betrayal. My stomach twisted. I wanted to storm in, to shout, to throw the chairs aside. But I couldn't. I was frozen, trapped between fury and heartbreak. And then he said it. I can't wait to see you this weekend, just us, like we planned. My heart stopped. That single sentence shattered the fragile barrier of denial I had been holding on to. Just us? My wife had been planning this behind my back for weeks, maybe months. I looked down at my hands, knuckles white around the phone. I had the power to confront them right now. Or I could wait. Watch. Let her see me, really see me, before she tried to laugh this off, pretending nothing had changed. A sudden thought hit me, cold and sharp. I wasn't alone in this betrayal. I had a card she wouldn't see coming. I leaned back slightly, my face calm, almost unreadable. The next move would decide everything. I waited until the dessert plates arrived, carefully placing my glass of water down with a calm that fooled no one but them. She glanced up, finally noticing me. Not the man she'd married, not the familiar warmth of home, but someone else entirely. Someone who had been silently watching. Her smile faltered. "Oh, what are you doing here?" she asked, her voice trembling slightly, as if testing the ground beneath her. I nodded toward the man beside her, my voice steady but low. "I thought you might like some company, so I brought mine." The man froze, his fork halfway to his mouth. Confusion painted his face, quickly replaced by suspicion. What is this?" she whispered, now fully aware, her eyes darting between us. "This," I said, gesturing around the table, "is the truth. All your little plans, all the lies you told me, they've led us here. Tonight, I decided to be honest, too." Her lips parted, but no words came. She swallowed hard, a blush of guilt and fear spreading across her cheeks. He stood abruptly, trying to maintain control, but I could see the cracks. "Look, No!" I interrupted, voice rising slightly but not angrily. "You don't get to speak. Not yet." I could feel the tension in the restaurant, the subtle glances of other diners, but I didn't care. All that mattered was her, and the truth laid bare between us. "I trusted you," I said quietly, almost to myself. "Every laugh, every late-night call, every little message, I believed it was love. But it wasn't. It was betrayal." Tears formed in her eyes, and for the first time, I saw the weight of what she had done reflected back at her. She opened her mouth again, but I shook my head. No excuses would erase the months of lies. I stood, calmly gathering my coat. "I hope you remember this moment. Not for him, not for me, but for yourself. Because if you ever think love is a game, tonight is the proof that games hurt more than anything else." Without another word, I walked away, leaving them both in stunned silence. Outside, the cold night air hit me like clarity. My heart still ached, but there was relief too, a strange, painful liberation. Love had ended, yes, but truth had survived. Sometimes, heartbreak is the only way to see who you really are. If this story touched you, or if you've ever faced betrayal, share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that hit the heart where it hurts.